Microsoft Teams and HCL Connections integration. That is what we are focusing on today. Why do we focus on Teams? Because we see there the biggest advantage of bringing these two worlds together. So, Rodrigo, maybe you say a few words about yourself.
Hello, everyone. My name is Rodrigo. I have been working with Domino since 2005 and working with Connections over the last 2 years. I'm from Brazil, speaking from Florianópolis, the south of Brazil, Santa Catarina. So, hello, everyone.
Thank you very much. And in the top right corner, you see how to contact him. So if you have questions, don't hesitate, send him a direct message or an email, whatever you want. About myself, born in Stuttgart, born and raised in Stuttgart, now living between Munich and Garmisch-Partenkirchen, which is close to the mountains here. Account manager at Beck et al., leader of the DINAG focus group Connections and HCL ambassador since quite some time. And also, if you have any questions, don't hesitate dropping me a message on Twitter or LinkedIn or send me an email. And started with Domino in 1996, I think, and with Connections in 2013, approximately. About our company, some of you might know me, some might know Rodrigo. We're from Beck et al. And Beck et al. Is now part of a bigger company, which has been started completely fresh from 4 different companies that you see here, Beck et al., Direktgruppe, Binary, and Infovan. It's a so-called upstream merger. So these 4 companies went together and built something new. And we have a very strong competence in the cloud sector with Azure Cloud, O365 Cloud, and AWS Cloud. You see here some figures, and these are locations in Germany and, of course, Brazil and in Romania. And if you want to know more about this company, just drop me a message, but that's now good enough for the moment. Why should someone use MS Teams? I guess most of you, they know why you use it if you're using it. So Microsoft says it's more than just chat. It helps the meeting preparation and after the meetings and so on. You see the other bullet points. It started as a conversational app, but now it's much more, and it's gotten quite some momentum in the last year. And from when we look at our customers, MS Teams is an important part of the infrastructure of the digital workspace. Why enterprise social network and based on Connections? Some of you might know Harald Schirmer. He's from Continental in Hanover. And he says social networks make the richness of diversity visible and usable so we can build sustainable answers to complex task problems together. So there are complex tasks, there are complex problems, and we need to answer them, we need to react on them. And if one does it only by himself, he can try it, but it will not be, most probably not be a good thing, and most probably will take quite long. So why don't we use the diversity that we have at hand, especially in a corporation? And Harald wanted to put together in one sentence, what is the benefit, what is the positive thing of using an enterprise social network. And he didn't find the one sentence he could present to the management. And so he asked his network and he received a lot of feedback. You see the link on the left bottom part. If you want to know more about it, click into, and I used that link and I used the text there to create a word cloud. And those are the words that come most often. So networks, learning, communication, world. So bringing the people together, creating transparency, very important, so that you're not working in a silo, enabling virality so that things pop up again and again. Whenever someone likes something, it pops up again. Whenever someone comments on something or updates the content, it pops up again, you see it. So the quality of your network define what you see on top of your activity stream. And that is much more than than a boring activity stream. It's really part of the enterprise social network. And this enables serendipity in the end, that you find something by chance that you can contribute to someone else or that someone else can contribute to you. Why should we bring these two solutions together? Because people like to work in the environment where they are. Usually people don't like to switch between platforms. Usually people prefer one or the other aspect and focus where they are. And with this integration, HCL made it possible to stay focused in one platform while having the benefits of the other platform. This is what we see as the main advantage, and which is for us at Beck et al. One of the main, the best factors of the Connections V7 platform. And now, Rodrigo, it's your time. I will continue, and you just tell me when to click to the next slide.
Thank you very much, Andreas. Okay, so now let's see inside Connections what we can do regarding Microsoft Teams integration available within the Connections interface. So on the next slide, this one, okay. So here we have the share link to content, also referred as sharing to teams, where we can, by Connections interface, we can have a button, and then we can, wherever we are on Connections interface, browsing through pages, we can quickly share this content to our Teams channel. Please, next slide. Okay, here the feature called Start One-to-One Chat, followed by multiple examples where we can find this over Connections, such as the social homepage, the Orient Me page, what you can see here and the bigger picture, and the user profile section. Then if you go to the user profile section, we will have a button called Chat, and that button leads us directly to Microsoft Teams, where we are going to show after. Next slide, please. Okay, on business card, this picture on the right corner, we can, on the business card, we can have this button called Chat, and the business card is very useful since we can just hover over the mouse on a name, on a username, and the system show the business card. Then we can click, and this also will open the Microsoft Teams chat directly. Also, we have this mobile app connection. So if you have the mobile app connections installed and Microsoft Teams on mobile, we can also take advantage of these features. You can click on this MS Teams chat button, and it will automatically forward you to the Microsoft Teams application on your mobile. So this is good because we can have this great feature on mobile also. This was built thinking on mobile devices. This is very good. So,
and this example with the mobile device is especially for us very important because we will move slowly from the traditional telephony to MS Teams telephony. And I was quite surprised to find the button, and I used it, and then suddenly the Teams call started. And I thought, oh, cool idea. And then I told my colleague what I just found. So this came as a surprise for me, and it was a very positive surprise.
Okay, next slide, please. Okay, and now we will see what is available within Microsoft Teams interface. So next slide, please. Okay, this one I'm going to show 2 slides. In these next 2 slides, we can see a great feature to select and display connections content into Microsoft Teams tab app of a channel. For instance, we have channels on Microsoft Teams is the way that this great feature works, this tool works. So as we can also have the default Teams from Microsoft, we now can add Teams features from Connections. We can have blogs, weeks, and all the great applications from Connections we can post in Teams. Please go to the next slide. Here, this is the interface. This is interfaces from Microsoft Teams. This is to add a new tab into Microsoft Teams. So here we can select the application. So next slide, please. And after select the application that you desire to post as a new tab, you can see here on this picture, we just add into Teams the forums. So we can see forums inside Teams. This is a very good feature because we can share quickly information that we would like to show to more people. We can publish this one, and this is a great tool. So I believe, let's see if there is more slides now. No, now is the demonstration part, I believe, right?
Right. We called it showtime.
Yeah.
Good. Just give me one little moment. I guess you can see my screen now.
Yes. Yes, in your screen.
So I went already to the profiles page of Rodrigo here in our Connections infrastructure. And I see here whatever you see in his profile. By the way, we have integrated this O365 profile, but that's not a topic today. When I click here on chat, then it does what it should. It starts the Teams client, and then I can write here, Rodrigo, how's the weather? Easy like that. So clicking here on chat, same if I use here the business card, click here chat. So the use cases, I see some content from someone in Connections and I want to ask him something directly. So someone created a blog entry or uploaded a file or whatever, and I want to get in direct contact with him. I want to chat with him. And then there are several ways of doing it. Rodrigo has shown you already the Orient Me overview, where you can hover over the picture and then you see the chat button. Or the alternative is you are in the profile or you're in the business card or you're on the mobile, of course. So this is the one thing. The other integration I wanted to show you is here. This is a community we created some time ago. We use it for demonstrations, but also when I'm during the weekend and I want to go to the mountains and I'm not sure about, then I click here on the webcams and I see how's the weather in different areas not too far away from Munich. So this is a community that I think could be interesting, and especially this entry here could be interesting for my colleagues. So I open this entry in Connections. And I think, that's something that Rodrigo might like. And I click here on that button here on the top, share to Microsoft Teams. A window is starting, a little window is starting. It says here, share to Microsoft Teams. It asks me where should it be shared. I use this Teams with that channel leisure activities. And Rodrigo at mentioning that it cool. And here's the link to it. and then this link has been shared. Usually this shared Teams is somewhere here in that area. We changed it using the customizer to put it into the top bar, because from my understanding, it makes more sense to have it here close to the share button instead of somewhere here around the search icon. But that is something that you can customize as you want it. Good. Now I'm switching to Teams. And you see here, here's what I just shared. And Rodrigo likes it. So next time he comes to Germany, we might go to Garmisch into the Höllentalklamm. And if I click on the link, I'm back again where I was before. You see here already, there is a forum just being created earlier. And here in the forum, it does what it does. So some people ask questions, and then you can look at it and you can answer the question. And if someone says, yeah, that's a good answer, then it can be accepted. And you stay focused here. So the use case would be in a corporation, you're using Teams for the close, small team collaboration, but you want to use the power and the possibilities of the enterprise social network with the capability that it's not in a silo, but it's transparent and accessible for everyone. So you bring the content from a community, from a public, maybe moderated community, into this Teams. You discuss about the topics and you answer it here directly. It's always beautiful there. It's closed from November till May due to snow and ice. Besides that, safe. And then if someone says, yeah, that's the answer, can click on yes, accept this answer. If I click here on the plus, I can add more modules from Connections. So you see here, this is the button for HCL Connections. And you see here below, it doesn't say Connections, it says something else. This is the name that we gave our enterprise social network at Beck et al. It's Kiswahili from Kenya, the language. And it says the place where people come together, discuss things, decide about things. Everyone's moving into the same direction. That's more or less what Harambe means. And if I click on it, it opens here this dialog box. I can select community and I can select one of the apps that are there. So this time I use blogs. I want to post to the channel about this new tab. That means I inform the channel that something has changed here. I go back here. Now this name is the typical name from, or the community name plus the module. I think that's too long, so I rename it. And I say it's blog. So I give it a different name. And here I can again look into something. I can check it, I can read it. So if it's too small, I can click on this icon. Then the complete browser appears. So that was about a playground somewhere in the mountains between Garmisch and Mittenwald. And Mr. Obama liked the place so much that he took a breakfast there with beer and sausages and some native people from there. And again, you're here in the teams. As a small team, you can focus on what you're doing and you can create a new entry. You can publish what you want to publish about, status of our travel operations. We are at 98%, almost ready to go. Thank you very much. So you discuss it in your Teams meeting. You have Teams open, you talk with your colleagues about it, and then you simply document what you're doing. You write a blog entry. The other example was about the forum. You click on post and it's published. You don't have to switch around between the different platforms. So what else do we have here? I click again here on leisure. Activities around Munich. So we have your files, we have recent updates, wikis. I'm a big fan of using wikis for preparing meetings as some kind of agenda and during the meeting as meeting minutes so that everyone can contribute in advance or afterwards and that everyone sees what we have discussed. You could do that either in Teams, and then it's very handy for you and it's closely integrated, but it will stay in this Teams, in this silo. If you want to spread it around what you're doing so that more people can see and know what you are discussing and what are the results, then it could make sense using a wiki here and integrate it here. And then the moment you click on save and close, it's published and available to everyone who has access to it. If I choose a different one, Barasa community, you see here we have additionally activities and events. So it shows in general the modules that you are using in the community. Yeah, in general it shows them. I think the biggest advantage is really when you, I see the biggest advantages for forum, blog, and wiki. I think that's the use case in my work environment that makes most sense. So if you're using Office 365 with OneDrive and SharePoint Online, and most probably people will upload their files to the Microsoft infrastructure, most probably. So therefore, I will not see it in our direct use cases at Beck et al. That we use the file section from Connections, but it could be different in any other company. So maybe you have files that you want to distribute to a large audience and you want to integrate these files here in the Teams, then just do it, just like I have shown before. When I go here to the posts section, posts, and I click here on new conversation, you see here this little icon, which is the connections icon. And you see below, it's called HRMB. Just imagine it could be connect or connect or whatever you call your ESN. And you see your recent history here. So the same as if you go into your profile or if you look into the search what you just lately did, and you can click around here. I don't click too much because I'm not sure what I did yesterday or in the morning. And the same here for files. You see here the files that have been shared lately. My files, my drive, pin files. I don't see here community files, which is something I would like to see here because I see the big advantage that people share files in the community and not keep them as their own files and then share it here and there. So I think it makes more sense uploading them directly to the community, and then it should be possible to select it here. I've seen that Adam Gartenberg is also in this session today. So maybe he listens to me and maybe, that would be a nice feature, having here the community files too. And then, of course, I can here post in Teams. And then it's there and we can further discuss it. We can look at the content. I will not open it, it's a video. And that's it. So this was the demo session of showing from the connections point of view, the integration with Teams, and then from Teams, what can be integrated with connections. Rodrigo, do you see any questions in the chat?
Oh, let me check here. Yes, there are two.
Yes, there is one.
There are one question here. Okay, I will read the question and then we can check. Is there any way to integrate Teams similar to sometime in connections, similar to the Facebook chat, which is available at the bottom of the page? Okay. Yeah, this is.
I'm not sure whether I got the question right. I haven't looked
if it's
for quite a while.
I believe that would be embedded Teams inside connections. So for this question, I don't have an answer now. I believe that it's not something that HCL performed so far. Maybe in the future, but we need to check with them.
I think that is a good question for Adam Gartenberg after our session, that he can talk about that one. And if it goes into the direction of the awareness, so that you see on the profiles page whether the other person is available or not, so a green button, a yellow button, a red button, that does not come automatically with the integration, which I've just shown here with the out-of-the-box integration. We've built it for one of our customers because he's had a need to see that. And in former times, we integrated it with same time to see the same time awareness. And then later with Skype for Business and now with Teams. So in general, it's possible. The API are there and they just need to be used. Good. Then I think.
Okay, that was the only question so far.
I think you can continue talking about a technical background.
Thank you very much. Okay, now.
L3. So.
Okay, technical background. What we need to know, present the necessary infrastructure and the necessary steps to have this working. So what your IT team needs to know to deploy from HCL side and from Microsoft side. Okay, from HCL side, we need to have the connections upgraded to the version 7, which is the latest version. We did this presentation with the connections pack version 7.0.0.1. There is a new version already available to download it, to be downloaded and installed. And from Microsoft side, we will need an Azure application registered and a customized app deployed on Microsoft Teams. For this customized application, where we're going to upload to Microsoft Teams, HCL already provides a template where we can customize. As Andreas showed before, we changed the name of our application to Harami. Also, we can change the icon, the colors, and you can customize regarding your company brand. So this is very good. So from HCL side, actually from WebSphere side, we will need to configure to support a single sign-on with connections and Microsoft Teams. So next slide, please. Okay, in terms of infrastructure, the new component pack features, it runs on top of modern infrastructure, and this is cloud. As you know, HCL is moving forward with a lot of products running on cloud, taking advantage of all the cloud infrastructure, better in terms of costs and availability, and of course security. So component packs runs on top of a Kubernetes technology using Docker as container orchestrator, and it supports also the PV, the persistence columns. On our default standard scenario that we just show, we have this is our company infrastructure, so it was one single server running component pack on EC2 machine, and for the connections, the infrastructure, which is classic infrastructure, is the connections itself, and another server running this component pack, which is very good because we can scale of work nodes, which is the necessary hardware if it needs to be very big or small, we can change that one easily, scaling to the more servers. So next slide, please. Okay, this is technical background and what we need to have this one running. After install component pack, we need to run the installation of Teams. So component pack, it's as first time you see it, it might like a lot of things to do. However, HCL provides some awesome Ansible automated scripts, and we can do our own customized scripts. In case of Beck et al., we have our connection guru, Martin Schmidt. He built a lot of guides and scripts that is available on our website that we can share with you guys later after this presentation. There is a link here to his GitHub where we can have these instructions to how to deploy it. And I follow these instructions to deploy our environment, which is make the work very, very much more simple. And also we have some steps to 5 steps to have this one integrated. Not going deeply on this one, so we can to have all features from connection side and Microsoft Teams side. We need to enable app registry extension for Microsoft Teams integration. Then we need to enable connection to use app hag service, where we can have the features to business card button, to the orient me and to the profiles section. And if we like to have the features from Microsoft Teams to call to post content from HCL Connections, you need to update WebSphere to support the single sign-on with Microsoft Teams. The important thing here is email address should be the same one. It will be the key to recognize the same user from Connections and Microsoft Teams. And also, as I mentioned before, we need to Teams administrator or an Azure administrator to create this application and take the secret and the app ID. And it will send for HCL Connections administrator, and he will be able to finally build the application where Andreas showed before, where we can, which is called on our scenario that Harambee one, where we can add the tabs and share content. So this is a very modern infrastructure. This is the good part. This is also very modern. This is not the classic one infrastructure, so it's good to learn. And I believe that more integrations will be available because this is very flexible to have more features here. So Andreas, this is what I would like to share with you regarding technical aspects.